Hello students, welcome back to the economics class of plus 2 standard. As we were working with the lesson number 13, balance of payment. Yesterday we have discussed the meaning of balance of payment and its components. Our today's topic is autonomous and accommodating items of balance of payment, disequilibrium in balance of payment and causes behind deficit in balance of payment. Let's start with some important key terms related to this topic. First one is disequilibrium, inflation, foreign investment, foreign payments, hard currency, international monetary fund, accommodating items and autonomous items. First one is disequilibrium. Let's understand it with the help of example. Suppose export of spices by India to Bangladesh, it is equals to worth rupees 50 lakhs, and import of dry fruits from Bangladesh, that is equals to rupees 40 lakhs. So balance of payment, it is equals to export minus import. Our export, it is 50 lakhs and import, it is worth rupees 40 lakhs. So surplus, it is worth rupees 10 lakh. So disequilibrium means when receipts are more than the payments and vice versa. Next one is inflation. Inflation means when there is rise in the prices of goods and services due to the fall in the value of money. Circulation of money in the economy, it is more than the production of goods and services. Like in 1970, the prices of 1 cup of coffee was rupees 5. In 1980, the same cup of coffee, it is worth rupees 6. In 1990, it is worth rupees 8. In 2000, it is worth rupees 10. In 2010, it is worth rupees 15, and in 2019, it is worth rupees 20. So this means that for the same commodity, the value of money, it is fallen down. For the same cup of coffee, we have to pay more price in terms of rupees. So it means that day by day the value of money, it is decreasing. So in a broad sense, inflation is that state in which the prices of goods and services rise on the one hand and value of money falls on the other. When money circulation exceeds the production of goods and services, then inflation takes place in the economy. Foreign exchange reserves. Suppose India is having $3.2 trillion as reserves in its treasury and 1 lakh kg of gold. This is known as foreign exchange reserves. So foreign exchange reserves refers to a country's holdings of internationally acceptable means of payments for the purpose of converting short to medium term deficits on its external balance of payments and the relating purpose of exerting control over the movement of exchange rate of its currency. Such reserves are held principally in gold or in one or other of the major currency widely used in international trade and settlement, like US dollars, Britain pounds, Japan currency, and the currency of Russia also. So these currencies are hard currencies, that is internationally acceptable. Foreign investment. When money will flow from one country to another country then it is called foreign investment. Like American company invests his capital in Indian company, that is known as foreign investment. If Reliance India Limited set up a plant in China, this is called foreign investment. So, foreign investment refers to any investment in other country which is carried out by private companies or individuals. Foreign payment. Suppose India import armaments from Britain and make payment in pounds. This is called foreign payment. If India will make the payments in US dollars, then also it is called foreign payments. So, foreign payment is any payment that has to be made to a foreign country, whether in return for goods and services or as a repayment of debt. These usually have to be made in hard currency. Hard currency. Dollars, pounds, yen are known as hard currencies. These are acceptable worldwide. So, a currency which has a continuing high level of demand relative to supply in market for foreign exchange. These are known as hard currencies. Currency of Japan, currency of France, US dollars. International Monetary Fund. It was set up in 1945 to encourage international monetary cooperation and to facilitate the expansion and balanced growth of international trade. International Monetary Fund. Autonomous items. International economic transactions which occur due to some economic considerations such as interest rates or profit maximization. So, if Moody is making investment in India, its purpose is earning income, that is known as autonomous item. Accommodating items. These items take place only on the capital account. Suppose the autonomous receipts of foreign exchange during the year is rupees 10,000, while autonomous payments are rupees 12,000. It means that there is a deficit worth rupees 2,000. So, to meet this deficit, the country may borrow from abroad. Such a borrowing is accommodating transaction because it is undertaken to cover the deficit. There are two types of items that take place in balance of payment account. These are autonomous account and accommodating account. Under the autonomous accounts, we take the goods, and under the accommodating account, we take borrowings either from the World Bank or IMF or from any other sources. Autonomous items. Autonomous items in the balance of payment refer to those international economic transactions which occur due to some economic considerations such as profit maximization, earning of interest income. If multinational corporations are making investment in India, this is done with the objective of earning income. So, these transactions are independent of the country's balance of payment situation. Autonomous transactions take place both on current account and capital accounts. Autonomous items. Example, export and import of goods are autonomous items on current account, and receipts and payments of long term are autonomous transactions on the capital account. These items are known as above the line items in the balance of payment, as they are recorded in balance of payment as first item before the calculation of surplus and deficit. On the other hand, if the autonomous receipts are less than autonomous payments, then the foreign country will have net claim over the domestic country. This will be the disequilibrium in balance of payment in either case. Accommodating items. Accommodating items are also referred as below the line items in the balance of payment. Refer to those transactions which take place for maintaining equality in balance of payment. These items take place only on capital account. Suppose the autonomous receipts of the foreign exchange during the year is rupees 10,000, while autonomous payments are rupees 12,000. It means there is a deficit of worth rupees 2,000. To meet this deficit, the country may borrow from abroad. Such a borrowing is accommodating transaction because it is undertaken to cover the deficit. External assistance from abroad and borrowings from the International Monetary Fund are the examples of accommodating items. The country can also make withdrawals from its foreign exchange reserves to meet the deficit, and surplus in balance of payment leads to increase in foreign exchange reserves. It is the increase in the reserves and not the reserves which is recorded in the balance of payment account. Thus, the use of foreign exchange reserves is also an accommodating transactions. Suppose autonomous receipts are less than autonomous payments. It means that there is a deficit in the balance of payment and accommodating items will decrease as we will borrow from the IMF or any other financial institution in order to make the balance of payment in equilibrium. In the same way, if autonomous receipts are more than autonomous payments, then it means that we are having balance of payment surplus. So accommodating items will increase and balance of payment equilibrium will be there. Why do autonomous capital flows and accommodating capital flows take place? Autonomous capital flows are ordinary capital flows. These capital flows take place because of normal considerations like earning of dividends, interest and other incomes by international investment and lendings. Accommodating capital flows have to be made specifically to bring the balance of payment into equilibrium. If the autonomous receipts in foreign exchange fall short of autonomous payments in foreign exchange, the deficit have to be settled by an accommodating capital inflow. These will bring the balance of payment into equilibrium. So accommodating flows take the form of short-term borrowings, for example, borrowing from IMF, International Monetary Fund. Differentiate between autonomous and accommodating items. First of all, meaning. Autonomous items in this balance of payment refer to those international economic transactions that take to some economic motive such as profit maximization and economic development. Accommodating items are in the nature of official reserves transactions. These items refers to the transactions which take place to cover deficit or surplus in the autonomous transactions, such as borrowing from IMF or World Bank or any other financial institution, or in order to cover the deficit, use of own foreign reserves. Next one is state of balance of payment account. These transactions are independent of the state of country's balance of payment. It means that whatever the balance of payment, either surplus or deficit, government will invest in these items. Accommodating items are carried by the government and the central bank in pursuit of some international economic policy to attract foreign investors. Optimum use of foreign reserves, relaxation in taxes to the foreign investors, these are the objectives. So these items are meant to maintain the balance of payment account. Next one is alternative name. Autonomous items are often called above the line items in the balance of payment, and accommodating items are often called below the line items in the balance of payment. Occurrence: these items take place on both current and capital accounts. In this, accommodating items take place only on capital account. Disequilibrium in balance of payments. When we talk equilibrium or disequilibrium in balance of payment, we refer to that balance of account which do not include accommodating items, such as borrowing from International Monetary Fund, drawing from the foreign exchange reserves held by the central bank. While excluding these accommodating items, when there is neither deficit or surplus, the balance of payment is said to be in equilibrium. Causes of disequilibrium in the balance of payment. The disequilibrium in the balance of payment may be caused by a number of factors. These factors can be divided into three groups: economic factors, political factors, or social factors. First one is economic factors. Large scale of development expenditures that may cause large imports, cyclical fluctuations in general business activity such as recession or depression that may disrupt exports. High domestic price may discourage exports and induce imports. New sources of supply, new and better substitutes, existing products, change in cost will bring about a change in trade flows and hence balance of payment over a period of time. Next one is political factors and social factors. Political factors like frequent changes of the government, lack of adequate support to the government in a parliament, instability of the government generally encourages outflow of capital, means people want to invest in the foreign countries and discourage the inflow of capital. Next one is social factors. Change in taste like fashion, preferences may affect the imports and exports. Balance of payment disequilibria when on negative side showing a deficit undermine the economic fundamentals of a country. Therefore, the foremost objective of the central bank is to achieve stability in balance of payment. Official reserve transactions. Autonomous receipts, that is sum total of current account receipts and capital account receipts, and autonomous payments, that is sum total of current account payments and capital account payments. These give rise either to a deficit or surplus in the balance of payment. If autonomous receipts are less or more than autonomous payments, there will occur a deficit or surplus in balance of payment. The central bank will finance a deficit by depleting its reserves of foreign currencies. Means the government will use the foreign currencies in case of financial crisis. Or other way is by borrowing from International Monetary Fund. or by borrowing from the monetary authorities. So this will shown as decrease in reserves. The central bank may use surplus to purchase foreign securities if there is a surplus in balance of payment. In that case, the central bank will purchase foreign securities or foreign currency or gold. This appears as increase in reserves. Causes behind the disequilibrium in balance of payment, that is huge development expenditure. When backward countries start various development schemes, often needs to import of machines, raw material in order to raise the standard of living, and it raises the country's import bill and therefore adverse balance of payment it is there. Population growth. Country with high rate of growth of population often faces the adverse balance of payment because demand for goods and services in the country cannot be met out of the domestic production and increase in the import. So with the increase in the import, again there is adverse effect on the balance of payment in the country. Fall in export due to change in taste. There may be change in the taste pattern of the foreign consumers or the technical innovations in the foreign countries, reducing the cost of production of the foreign producers. With the rapid change in the structure of the foreign demand, it may not be possible for the home country to quickly shift the factors of production like labor from one line of production to another. This will reduce the country's exports, creating adversity in the balance of payments. Next one is change the size in the national income. An increase in the national income leads to the increase in the imports, which in turn creates deficit in the country's balance of payment. And if the country is already at a full employment level, means all the resources in the country, that is labor and other natural resources, are fully utilized, then increase in income will lead to a rise in the prices, which may further increase in the imports. Inflation. Inflation means when there is rise in prices due to fall in the value of money. Exports decreases as result of inflation, because at the time of inflation, production of goods and services falls and circulation of money supply in the economy increases. So increased money supply or increased money in the hands of the households will promote the imports, and at the same time demand for imports will increases. Hence adverse balance of payment is there. Changes in foreign exchange rate. When the external value of domestic currency goes up, imports become cheaper and exports dearer. Thus imports are encouraged and exports discouraged, leading to a disequilibrium in balance of payment, because again people started demanding for the foreign products. Increased debt burden. The developing countries of the world need to import capital largely in the form of portfolio investment to promote their development. Portfolio investment means when the people of one country invest their money in the foreign countries' industries. So this has created a large debt burden on account of debt services like interest. These countries are required to make large payments to the developed countries. This creates the problem of adverse payments. Demonstration effect. Demonstration effect on the people of the underdeveloped country is also responsible for the unfavorable balance of payment of many underdeveloped countries. People of underdeveloped countries try to imitate, means try to copy or follow the consumption pattern, particularly with regard to the luxuries like cars, air conditions, refrigerators, branded shoes, clothes, of the people of the developed countries. This has led a large increase in import of consumer durable goods, leading to a deficit in the balance of payment. Hope students, you all have understood the topic of accommodating items and autonomous items and disequilibrium in the balance of payment and causes behind the deficit in the balance of payment. Now students, it's time to note down the homework. Write down the first question. Define the following terms with examples. Disequilibrium, inflation, foreign investment, foreign payments, hard currency, international monetary fund, accommodating items, autonomous items. Second question is differentiate between autonomous and accommodating items. Question number 3 is what do you mean by disequilibrium in balance of payment? Question number 4 is explain the causes behind the deficit in balance of payment. And students, please go through the links on the YouTube for more clarity. And hope you all will write down these questions in your copies for better learning. Thank you for listening, students.